Testing, testing. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Yes, it is. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome in to another live stream coming at you from the V1HQ, and we are back oh so soon. FSlabs A321 Neo. Didn't think I would be back so fast. However, we did get an update for the 321 Neo, so I figured let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see what kind of updates have happened. I looked over some of the changelog, and I saw a couple things on there that actually I don't know if we drew attention to it or not, if they already knew about it, but a couple of things that we had noticed and pointed out that were incorrect appear to be fixed according to the update. So we'll take a look at that in cruise, and we might get bored. We might fail something. We might do, a little landing gear situation up in cruise or hydraulic situation. What I do want to do as well on the approach or getting ready to approach, I do want to go over a smoke fumes event. I want to do a smoke removal of fumes event practice just for my own practice. No other reason than I think it's an important checklist to kind of have. Not you don't memorize. It's not a memory item, but I just think it's kind of good to go over every once in a while. And I've been hearing some rumblings of some fume events going on lately, so I figure let's give it a little practice shot on our descent into Guatemala City, one of my favorite airports to fly into in the sim and IRL. It's quite beautiful going in there. The first time I ever flew in there was a little bit suspect. It was at minimums, VOR, circle land, northbound, all that jazz. It was spicy, but it's got pretty good weather forecast today. We are live weather. I wound the sim time back till morning time. Get a little blue hour light coming on here because midday is super mid. So we're going to skip the middle of the day flying, but we're going to take a Interjet 321 Neo today. So who's ready? Zippy's Apple's ready. What's up, man? Good to see you. Tango Kilo in the house. Oscar's in the house. Digital Mark. Good to see you, my friend, as well. Russ D is here. Aviation Dude 95. How you doing, my friend? Looks like you made it back safely from the expo. Glad to hear it. Bass Martin is in the house. What's up, man? Digital Merc. Good to see you. Turk Karen. Turk Karen has we have a development. The #1 FSlabs glazer in the Discord, Turk Karen, has uninstalled the FSlabs after this update. I don't know why. He says it's not what he expected. So we're gonna see if everything runs smoothly on this one. Let's see. Captain McGee, good to see you. Captain Simp, you had a great question there. Maybe I should start bringing the cowboy hat to the V1HQ to do these streams. Maybe. Let's see if the stream ends up costing me money. Gray shirt. We'll find out together, my man. We are offline per our previous situaciones, so we're just going to focus on flying the airplane today. We are default Mexico City. I didn't see mine transfer over, and I don't know if it's necessary, if it works from Sierra Sim, or I think it's Sierra Sim. So we're default Mexico City, but we have payware Guatemala City. So we're just a short taxi out, but it should be a fun one. Does the cowboy hat stay on? It never comes off, Oscar. It never comes off, man. How do you travel with the hat? Does it have its own road case? You wear it, gray shirt. Got to wear it, man. I was sitting in the plane. I'll take it off. But anyway, Amir Yordi checking in from the cockpit cam. How you doing over there? Welcome in. I'm moving my eyes around now on my other monitor because where I used to have my Iveo Premium box, I now have the second chat box because there's no need to have Iveo Premium box up there if we're banned. So I can have two full-size chat boxes, which is pretty cool. Big Expo update from Just Flight F100. Looks right. Tango Kilo. Yes, it does, dude. I saw the F100 flying around at the Expo. Super, super jazzed. Also saw a release. Somebody posted in the Discord. The Just Flight Aero Commander series, like 690B, 690. Like, I am super excited for the Aero Commander. I used to, we didn't share a hangar. They weren't in our hangar, but they were the hangar next door. When I was flying the Citation, there was an Aero Commander, and then the, whatever the jet-powered version of that one was. There was two of them next door, and it was kind of neat to see those airplanes. So super excited that Black Square's got that coming up down the pipe. And it looks like there's two variants with one with a PT6 and one with regular piston. So should be awesome. All right. V1, did you get my email? Carlito. I probably did. I haven't read it yet, probably. Carlito. But I will check it out, man. Hope you're having a good morning, man. Welcome in, Carlito. So do apologize. I've been scrambling on the see what we're going to fly today. One other thing about views. I cannot do my hack view with this airplane. When I do my hack view, I even tried editing the CFG file, and whenever I do that, I crash to desktop. So Wing views are where they're at. I'm not going to be able to change them. I was trying to get outside of the cabin here, but every time I edit the CFG and try to load in, it just crashes the sim. So they do not want us to have freedom of movement in this airplane. That is faux show. So why the FS Lab hate, Cowboy? Well, there's no FS Lab hate at all, man. I'm the one flying it in round 2 here. I said that if they fix some stuff, we'll take it up again. There's no hate, man. There's no hate here at all. Aero Commander and Aerostar, Ted Smith in the house. Nice, I know. You know, I actually, after that stream yesterday in the Aerostar, I kind of wanted to fly it again. I don't know why. I mean, I wasn't super motivated by our flight that we did, although the scenery was amazing. But I don't know. Something kind of drew me back in. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's get this airplane fired up, and we'll get on our way. So we'll get battery switch 1, battery switch 2. I believe there was some audio adjustments, too, according to the changelog. I'll go over the changelog here in cruise. Let me make sure my mini FCU still doesn't work. It's the latest update. Maybe this latest update from FS Labs makes it work. I don't know. Does anybody have mini FCU working? Not using MobiFlight, though. No MobiFlight. Let's see. Survey says negative. Negative. Not connecting. Yep. Just won't register the FCU there. I know it works through MobiFlight, but I'm not, or excuse me, through whatever that program is y'all use all the time. Yeah, I guess we'll just. What's weird though is my mini FCU says it's connected to the add-on. So it shows that it's connected to the add-on. That's bizarre. I wonder why that is. Because Mini Cockpit is saying we are connected to add-on and we're connected to the sim, but it just doesn't seem to Mini will need to release an update to their connector. Oh, is that what it is, Tyson? Okay, so we'll just wait for Mini to maybe drop another update if they do. Alright, that's a bummer. Oh well. At least we got the real world in-op sticker on it today there. Alright, airplane's powering up. Let's go ahead and go overhead flow, get cruise supply, ground control, CVR test. Oh yeah. Nice and loud. I do like that the Captain Purge is on Captain by default. 1, 2, and 3 on the 8 ears. That's coming up. Let's get some integral lighting. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Nav logo position 1 off. Arm the emergency exit lights. Overhead panel not looking too bad. Should we go dim on the annunciator since it's still kind of blue hour? Nah, let's go. We'll just go bright. We're kind of in between where dim is too dim and bright is a little bit too bright. Fire test 1. Fire test 2. Fly Navy already tested the APU before he went out. Now there is something. Oh, we don't have it on the Pratts, or excuse me, on the Leaps. I was gonna test something, but we don't have it on the Leaps, so disregard. All right, overhead looks good. Let's get our McDoos brightened up here. Ooh, we are rocking the Dreams panel today. I do love the Dreams. Now, oh, let me test something. Can I turn you off? Now, I discovered this COM RMP2 off. Boom said, oh, that's accurate. Do we get a test? Oh, we even get the test in progress page. Look at that. Very good. Very good. So, yep, very cool. We got the test in progress there when that boots up. So that's very well done there. Why are my keys all jacked up? Why can't I move the mouse backwards? I don't know what's going on here. The freedom of movement in this airplane is a struggle for me, you know? The freedom of movement with the cockpit views. I feel like I'm always inhibited. No Pratt, sorry. I was going to do a Pratt & Whitney sneaky test, but I forgot. We're not on the Pratts. We're on the CFM Leapers today. So Magic Barrel Ref, I'm going to go ahead and do this thing here. We're going to go FMGC, and we're going to do a couple things. We'll go ATSU on this one. We'll go AOC. We'll init the flight. Now, I don't remember how to do the sim brief thing to get it pull all my data from SimBrief, so we're going to do it manually, but I am going to just put in my weights in here right now, right? So because if I go to OFP data, let's just see. Instant, automatic, manual, instant. Let me see. I'm going to try one more time. To see if I can get this to work for me. I know it works. I just haven't had time to read the manual on the SimBrief part of it. I honestly not too concerned. Where is my? I want to verify my fuel. I'm doing everything at kgs today too. So 6.9. So OFP data sent. I'm just verifying. Oh, our time is off. It's 11:57. Let's make it 12Z. How about that? We'll send the data. And fuel on board is at 7. Hey, and we brought our flight plan in. Okay, so we got it. We got another McDo message. Receive messages. There we go. Delay 15 taxi time. Cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, my only question, Turk. So we did that before. I want to see. Did it actually do the weights with that? So if we go to the McDo options, payload. Yeah, we still don't have the proper payload though, right? Yeah, so we're going to manually load the payload. Unless we go back here and go AOC boarding 32. That's the one we want. Next page. Board now. What if I board now? How long does it take? Let's just do instant. Oh, board now is only for GSX. I got you. That's what was probably throwing me off. Whoa, flap system 1, 2, 2. Oh, flaps are not in up position. We didn't do a proper flow there. All right, cool. So then, Turk, if I go here, options and verify payload, we should be, yep, that all checks out. Beautiful. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and do the rest of our flight plan in the box. Thank you, Turk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I normally just put the weight in. That's kind of my workaround. I know for those of you that love GSX, I mean, you'll love the integration. It's awesome. I think FSlabs, if I'm not mistaken, they were the first, one of the first to really take advantage of the integration back in P3D, and it was phenomenal. We're going to blast off 05 left, or 5 right. We're planning 5 right. We're going to test something. So here's what we're going to test, chat. So when you set takeoff thrust on a runway, if that runway has a reciprocal ILS, that will be the determining factor if you have a man-flex runway or man-flex blank FMA column. So if I were to select 5 right when we apply takeoff thrust, we would get man-flex runway. Let's try 5 left, and let's make sure we don't get a man-flex runway message. It should just be, there should be no runway in the FMA during takeoff. So we'll try that. Be 5 left. We're going to be on the Ukon 3 Alpha departure. We'll insert that all the way out to Kuno. That looks good. Going all the way down to Guatemala City. Coming in here, we're going to go arrival. They have us planning on runway 02. RNAVs. Let's see, we could do a hardcore. Is there any hardcore RNAVs for 02? Because let's take a look at Navigraph. What's Flex? Well, Flex or Toga. Tyson, I stand. My apologies. My apologies. Flex or Toga. We have to put in our own flight plan here. That's fine. MGGT La Aurora. La Aurora approaches. I just want to look at these RNPs. RNP Zulu 02. Well, Turk, they say that the flex is been fixed on this update, so that's what we're going to look at too. Text films, it is not available yet. Pratt & Whitney is not available yet. No, it is not. So RNP Zulu, RNP Yankee. Ooh, the Yankee looks more fun, and we're coming from this direction. You guys want to do an RNP Yankee? Or both RNP? What's the RNP X-ray? Ooh, the X-ray looks more fun. It's going to come through some terrain. I vote X-ray. What do you guys think? Do we have that in the box? RNP X-ray off of GT599. RNAV RNP X-ray approach via GT599 And I don't think our star that I had planned... Oh, we don't have a planned star. So we'll just insert that. Let's go over here. Let's go plan mode. And you can see... Yeah, so we'll modify it. We'll go from Gaben and then over. So we'll insert that. And I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's zoom this in. I need a McDo, chat. I would love to have a McDo. Should we do this one? Yeah, what the heck? Let's do it. So, I've never done the RMP X-ray, so we'll go Gaben. So after Gaben, we're gonna delete. So, or actually, let's do it this way. So we'll go to Gaben. Next waypoint is gonna be Golf Tango 599, I believe. Golf Tango 599. And that should clean up our box. Yeah, so our flight plan's going to look a little bit wonky, but that'll give us the RMP X-ray in there, and it'll be kind of fun to fly the RMP X-ray over the hill. So we'll get that back on. Let's go VOR, terrain on ND. Magic barrel ref has been set. No ATC per band, so we'll set cruise altitude flight level at 35,000 feet. 350 is set. Let's finish up some of the box. Alright, so I'm going to clear out our scratch pad messages. There we go. Perf data looks good, or excuse me, flight plan looks good. Let's do our secondary. MGGT, I believe there's a complex coming out of here, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to set up a quick and dirty ILS-2 Zulu. Beautiful, secondary perf, that's all they care about. I don't know what the baro is. I'll put 200 in the radio. We'll zero out the winds. Take the temp off the ECAM of 21. And QNH was 1029. So we're doing everything in Queen units. 1029.21, that looks good. Secondary RadNav. I'm actually going to hard tune Mexico City VOR. Boom, that looks good. Progress page MMX for Mexico City. Perf and NIT B. We should technically be done, right? Because it was an instant load. Fueling is complete. 7 kgs on board, so we'll put the 7 there. Come up top, get our fuel tank pumps, seatbelts on, prime the APU, and zero fuel weights are in, 71.2, 25.6. Wrong airport in the secondary? Oh, Douglas, you're absolutely right. I put Guatemala in there, didn't I? I totally did. You're totally right. Secondary, actually, let's do this. Secondary, delete secondary, reinitialize secondary, triple mic X-ray. Coffee hasn't kicked in, chat. Now I got a new coffee today, and that's pretty dang good. But I'm not going to tell you what it is for fear of ridicule. I've never had one before in my life. It's my local coffee shop. They had one. It's like I got to test it out. 1029. I'm also very disappointed that the local Starbucks is no longer serving horchata lattes. BFU is so delayed, V1 became an FSlabs glazer himself. Oh, jeez. Turk, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. BFU win. Fenix is dead to me. Fenix is dead to me. BFU is gone to never be seen again, my friends. Navigraph is what I want. I guess we have to put this in here. Thank you, Turk. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm sad. I was really hoping we'd have it this week or today, because I was supposed to go to work today at 5 a.m., which I'm glad I didn't, because the flight that I was supposed to be on got delayed like an hour. I'm like, ha ha. All right, 5 left, 5 right, RNAV departures. That's us. We're blasting off 5 right, and we're going out to Ukunu. Yep, so that's us. Basically straight out, slight right turn. That looks good. Wonderful. Let's bring up the taxi chart, 10-9. That's going to be, are these auto pinning when you click them? No. It just looks like, oh, I see. You have to make the pin blue. I got you. All right, cool. So we're right over here. We're going to take Bravo full length to 5 left, 12,000 feet for takeoff. Let's go ahead and plan some takeoff data. BFU will be a month yet. Probably. I mean, who knows, dude. Con, what's up, man? I got a question. How do I see how far I am from a waypoint in the E175 since Prague doesn't work? Well, you can give yourself a direct 2, or you can add up all the distances between the legs. Al Loper says, I'm sitting in the Fenix typing away on my Win-Wing McDo, setting up a flight plan San Jose to LAX. Dude, I wanted to fly San Jose today so bad, but I knew everyone would be upset if I flew it out in San Jose again. Alright, so, hold on, my wife just texted me. Swimming lessons have been canceled due to lightning. Alright, cool. Let's see. We're going to do a Toga takeoff, anti-ice off, air conditioning on, optimum flapperonis, and Benito Juarez 05 left. Calculate, please, and then click over here in a random spot. Oh no, click calculate twice. Click on the runway again. There we go. You just gotta click config 3. Config 3? Hell no. We're gonna force you 1+. We'll do flaps 2 because of your Neo. Recalculate that, please. We're not doing flaps 3 out of Mexico City. Crazy. All right. I'm even skeptical at 2, but we'll rock it here. All right. Tyler Berg, thank you for the 26 months support, man. I appreciate you. Going through flows like you're an Airbus captain, allegedly. Allegedly. Thanks for the 26 months support, Tyler. Appreciate you, my man. Aurora Edits, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome on board. Now, I don't think you can send these over, right? Yeah, I know you can print them, which would be cool. All right, stab 1.4. And we're going to go 44, 50, and 52. So let's set this up. 144, 150, 152, flap dose, and we actually have to set this for the Neo, so up 1.4. Yeah, takeoff data's been checked. 44, 50, 52, Toga, flaps 2. Beautiful. Flaps open, spin the APU. Let's get rocking and rolling, chat. Press uplink to data. Oh, really? I missed the uplink button? I'll look again. Phoenix dead to me shouldn't be happening in this community. No, it's not dead to me, but it's dead to me like GSX or dead to me like MD-80? Dead to me like MD-80. Because I love the MD-80, dude. I actually was going to fly the MD-80 today for a 4th of July stream, because I'm not going to stream tomorrow, I don't think. Oh, I forgot to turn my lights on over here. APU sounds a little different. Did they change those? Nah, not really. It's alright. Kind of a hit or miss there. Let's go ahead and hit the chrono on. Chrono's on. Magic Barrel ref is set. Flaps open and avail. We got APU power. We'll disconnect from you. All overhead is set. So where is... You said there's an uplink button down here? Is it this one? No. Oh! You can uplink it from the box? Dudes. Just like the real airplane, duh. That's how... I'm so used to doing it in EFBs that I forget how we do it real world. In real world, you go uplink. Now, ours is different. Obviously, different software, right? We talked about that. But we hit uplink data. Then it will say... Then you have another page that says receive menu. So we take the receive messages menu because we get our data from a third party. And then once we get our data, it will show all of the data and our weights. It'd be like 7 pages or so. And then you can do... You select... It will default to always Toga. So if you insert it, you'll always have a Toga. But if you do, you have to change it to flex, and then you can insert your flex numbers via that. So we have a few more steps, but again, that's just software being software stuff. So everything else looks good, though, here. This has been pretty seamless this far. Very, very good. Now, tech log, let's review that. Make sure we don't have anything crazy. I don't see anything. So we got non-performance, door 2 bonding lead, interphone jack disconnected. All right, cool, cool. Nothing crazy. Fault history. We've got TR2 in op, TR2 in op. Rear demo kit, poor condition. They actually, resolved? Wow. I guess they got things going on here. Probably fly around with it in the US. All right, everything else looks good. Now, failure situations. I do want to do, we're going to mess with this in flight. Now, I was wondering if there's something we could, I don't know. I was going to see if there's something we could mess with on the ground. But I've already vetted the aircraft with, you know, ground power and all that stuff. Oh, I want to do... We could do a pack fault, pack 2 fault, pack 2 overheat, stuck outflow valve. Oh, we're going to break stuff on this flight, Diabetic Lad. Yeah, we are. Pneumatic. BMC, APU leaked, BMC. No, I don't want any of those. I think we're done boarding. We'll come back. We'll fail something in flight. All right. Everything has been completed. We need to disconnect. Did we already do that? We'll close you. We'll turn you off. We'll remove the chocks. Let's get the APU bleed on. APU bleed's coming on. Beacon light's coming on. Cap, thank you for your sacrifice and streaming the FSlabs today. What's up, Flight Sim guy? All right. Cams are coming online. Yokes are centered. You got everything. Wonderful. All right. So we got 3 minutes. Bleed is ready. You guys ready for push and start? I think so. Let's go ahead and close you. We'll get our receive messages here. Load sheet. We'll accept that. 0 jump seaters, 214 packs. All right. Cool. Cockpit to ground. Ready for brake release? Ground to cockpit. 8 firm. Release brakes. Select Alt P for push. Roger. Alt P pushback in progress. How did FSlabs take the auto land fail? The auto land fail. Yeah, it failed the auto land. We'll have to do. We'll do another test once we in due time. We'll do another test. Flight Sim guy, you posted it on your brand account? No, I'm really cursed. Uh-oh. Is that a little wing flex out there? I thought I saw the wing move. Yeah, I think I can see the wing moving a tad.
Captain crew, please arm your doors for departure. Thank you.
Thank you. What does BFU stand for? Big Phoenix Update. Man, I wish I could modify these wing views, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Is there a way to set QNH before you pull the knob? No. Not in the, well, let me rephrase. In the A320 series, no. In the newer Airbuses, what is it, the 350 allows you to do it, I think? I think the 350 allows you to do it. Cockpit to ground, push is complete. Set your brakes. I think. Why are we still pushing? Alt P, stop. Alright, cockpit ground brakes are set. You're clear disconnect. Show me the pin out front. Thanks for the push. Potent potable coffee dono. Hey, Mix, what's going on, dude? The potent potable. I love it, man. Potent potable indeed. All right, bleeds are on. Beacons on. Prepare for engine start. Ignition mode 2. Ignition start. We got bleed pressure. Turning engine 1. Here we go.
Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Shh.
In an emergency...
Motoring. Reaper, what's up, man? Dude, I saw the update ping in the MD11 Discord. I didn't read it though. but did they announce 2024 soon? I'm super excited. I'm so tired of seeing Whiskey Throttle post these MD-11 pictures. All right, is the engine on, or are we motoring? I'm actually confused. I think it's motoring still, right? Surely it's motoring. We'll wait a few more seconds here. I just ordered a McDo. Any Winwin users reassure me I've done the sensible thing. Pete Tech, I just messed with the Winwin McDo's at the FS Expo. You're going to have fun with it, man. I think the engine has started. No, it's still motoring. What are we missing? What are we? Why is it still motoring? Do the CFMs motor this long? No, AP bleeds on. But I said, or else we would have got a start fault. This is a bug. You will get APU in op. It happened to me. So we got a failure to light off. All right, we've agreed our starter limitation. Engine 1 master, confirm, off. Ignition mode back to norm. I don't know why spoiler 3 is there. Okay. Stand by. Did it stall? No. One engine and not one engine. No, no. Hold on, chat. I am looking up real world charts. Although we didn't really get a fault. We should have had a fault. Alright, so yeah, alerts inhibited in phase 3, only do no light up, a hung start. Start timer exceeded. Engine, affected engine, or affected or hung start on ground, auto start. If the FADEC detects no engine light up, stall, hung start, or EGT over limit, the FADEC will immediately shut off fuel and turn off ignition. That did not happen. Then a drive crank phase will automatically perform. That did not happen. None of that. Auto crank in progress, new start. If restart not possible, engine master off, we did. FMV and starter all valves, both igniters automatically off. Following starter cooldown, the flight crew must decide whether to attempt a manual or must report the start failure to maintenance. I'll tell you what, so we're going to do a manual engine start, but we're going to start 2 first because we're going to let number 1 cool. So ignition mode to ignition start. There's our bleed pressure, but we're going to do a manual engine start. So man start, push button 2, confirm, on. Fake pilot is Googling charts. No, I'm looking up my EFB, I've got my actual iPad here for my real world procedures because I actually got to go to the sim next month, so. All right. Fuel. We got fuel flow, we got light off. We got ignition AB. Thrust set. I turned on the ignition switch. It's on my hardware, dude. We got a veil. Alright. So let's attempt the manual start on number 1 now. Man start 1 off. Man start number 1, confirm. On. I mean, it's not that. It's only 22C. I mean, we should, I mean, man. I don't know if it was trying to simulate a failure to start there, but it should have got an ECAM. Stable. Fuel. EGT. There's our light off. Alright, ignition mode to norm. Man, start push button off. APU bleeds coming off. APU master switch is coming off. Let's do a flight control check here. Actually, hold on, we'll do our other stuff. We'll arm the spoilers. We are flaps dose. Aaron, this is a Flight Sim Project side stick. Flight Sim Projects. And stay tuned. On Monday, I'm going to be showing you a little bit of tweak with the FSprojects side stick. So they removed the rubber flap. You notice that? That's gone too. They changed the flap texture. Didn't they? Or am I going crazy? I think they changed the flap texture. Alright. We got 2 good starts. Flaps 2. APU is off. Let's go just turn on all of our stuff here because we're quick taxi. Boom, boom. That's going on. And, ooh, TCAS in the, we'll go, ATC, TARA, and we'll squawk 2000. Cool. Back to VHF. Standby 2000. TARA. Why are we still on standby? Auto. There we go. There we go. Squawking 2000 TARA. Flaps 2 trim needs to be up 1.4. Flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Captain Simp with the $5 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. It was test.exe. It wanted to test your proper procedures. That's all. Oh man, yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I think it attempted to do some sort of failure to the light off fault. But I think we still would have got an ECAM there with a failure to start and dry crank. But all right, we're all good. F-start checklist is completed. Taxi lights on. Let's go. Park brake release now. Hopefully my tiller is working. I had no nose wheel steering on a test sector when I got the thumbnail. Maybe because you're in KG, you have to start number 2 first. You know what, Thrust Set? You might be right, man. You might be right, Thrust Set. Gabriel, no, it's probably just the time of day. We're in the juice lighting configuration right now. I call this the juice lighting configuration. I'm gonna rebind that. I can't. These window views suck, man. Like, why are we so locked in? Thank you, Captain Simp, again for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Brake check. Pressure is 0. Cabin ready. Migs. My goodness me, Mr. Migs dropping 20 gifted subs to the channel. Thank you, Migs, my man. Appreciate you. Very, very kind for all of the support, whether it's just being a member, hanging out here as super chats, and then the massive sub bombs, man. Appreciate you. Are your wing lights bugged? Yeah, I think they stay on all the time, right? Is that a Sim Update 3 fix? I think it's fixed in Sim Update 3. Too many gray names, I couldn't handle it. Migs, I appreciate you, man. That's very kind of you. Alright, auto brakes max, takeoff config check. Brake max, climb nav blue. Remember, we should not get runway when we select takeoff thrusters. Sandman. Dude, Sandman dropping 10 gifted subs to the channel as well. Thank you, Sandman. I appreciate you very, Very kind for the 10 gifted subs. Now we're going all the way down to 5 left here. Taxi checklist. Alright, gross weight comparison is complete. Pitch trim is 1.4% CG set. V1, VR, V2 flex. We got 44, 50, 52. Toga set. Flaps config 2. Flectrals checked. ECAM memo. Takeoff all green. ECAM status checked. PWS is auto. TCAS code set. TARA. Cabin crew is advised. Taxi checklist complete. Approaching 5 left lineup checklist. Takeoff runway. 5 left confirmed. Ooh. Still a little bit quick there. 5 left confirmed. Fuel. We need 6.4 kg, 6.9 on board. Engine mode selector is normal. Bleeds and packs are set. Lineup checklist complete. Lights are on. We're going to 5 left-eronies here. Can you show how the RAW ROPS selector is enabled? I don't think... that depends on the livery if you have RAW ROPS, I think. I don't think we have it on this livery. Do not get runway when there is only radar vectors? No, you do not get runway if there is no localizer to that runway on the reciprocal. Oh my gosh, where are we going, chat? We just taxied past the runway. Just practicing my 180 on the runway here, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, the turning is still a bit off. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, it's a little bit off. It's better. I feel like it's better. But it's still too delayed. You see how far I'm moving the tiller to get just a little bit of reaction? It's, yeah, it definitely needs to be tweaked. Like, we just need to be able to move that nose wheel a little bit, you know. I feel like real world, I'm only moving the tiller on a real world taxi. I think I'm maybe getting to that 10 spot there. Going past that, I mean, for 90-degree turns for sure, but still a little funky on the ground. Johan Jacobs dropped 10 gifted subs. Johan, thank you, my man. That's very kind of you. Appreciate the 10 gifted subs as well, dude. Very, very kind. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you all for the support. Too kind. Well, now that we have a bunch of new members, thanks to Miggs, Sandman, and Johan Jacobs, let's go ahead and get a ton of yogas in chat. Are you ready? Spool them up 50. Yogas in chat. Let's go flying. Aviation dude, thank you as well, man. 5 gifted subs. Appreciate you, dude. Here we go. Yoga. Mantoga SRS nav auto thrust blue. You wouldn't actually enunciate nav because it's not boxed, but you see that we got no runway. That's good. All right, Mantoga SRS auto thrust bleu. We are definitely at 7,000 feet. 80 knots. Thrust set. Oh, we forgot to check the Toga. We're at 87.1 on a Toga. We are at 7,000 feet, though. I forgot to check to see if Flex would change that at all. Knots, we're through that check. Goodness. B1. Rotate. See, now it just went to 89.1. Something doesn't seem quite right about that. Positive rate, gear up, fly with. We used up that entire, what is it, 14,000 foot runway? Sounds are still a miss on the outside there. We're going to leave it in Toga here for a second. We got at or above 9,000. I would have adjusted my reduction altitude. Alright, now we'll go to MCT. Flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1. We're going to keep it at MCT here for just another few seconds. I forgot to adjust the acceleration altitude. That's alright. We're good. We're above 9. And climb thrust. Thrust climb. Auto thrust.
Fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated.
Is the ortho broken or
Toilets
something?
are located at
No.
each end of the cabin. Remember
just,
that smoking is not
it does
permitted
look
at
pretty
any
mid, doesn't
time. This includes
Does look pretty mid, doesn't it? Thanks, unexpected Aero Sucre moment. My bad. Thank you for $2 Canadian. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. We had 87.6, right, on the takeoff thrust, and then towards the end of the takeoff roll, it jumped to 89. Something wasn't quite right there. But we forgot to test the flexing temps too. This airplane loves to rattle. S speed. What's our clean? It's going to be 222. Flaps are in. Auto retract. Now we'll go flap 0 after takeoff checklist. We're actually sinking there. Interesting. I'm gonna have to adjust my left window views for sure. Is that wing flexing out there? It doesn't look like the left wing is flexing. Is it flexing? I think it is a little bit. Gonna make the turn here. Gotta make the turn. It's not physics-based flex, really. This now climbs back up 89.5. Scripted wing flex? Interesting. I think you have some chipmunks or woodpeckers on board. I got something on board, Relics. I sure do, man. If my plane was rattling this long, I'd be slightly concerned. We did pick up a lot of bugs, though. Flying with the Moza AB9 Neo profile that we got in the Discord. Fenix confused. I don't know what's going on. Now the climb thrust will increase, so this is, I mean, it's going up correctly there, but I was just confused on takeoff why we were stuck at 87, and then towards the end of the takeoff roll, it's like it knew that it was getting too close to the runway, so it jumped up to 89. And then after rotation, I went back down to 87, right? We're pretty much locked in. Very, very stable. Very, very stable. I'll reset you just a little bit. Put you right about here. That's good. This wing view. This wing view. I need to. I can't really fix that one. We'll make the turn here at MEX 811, then we'll get everything engaged. A 2-minute motoring on a LEAP? Oh, really? SAS Productions. I don't. It wasn't even hot. Why would it motor for 2 minutes? I don't know. I think this. I don't know. Not sure. I mean, even the Pratts won't, unless they're super hot. I mean, they may motor for like almost 2 minutes, but. No wing flex and turbulence? No, it's scripted turbulence, or scripted wing flex, apparently. That's what the chat is saying. Alright. That's close enough. Let's go ahead and get our lights off. We'll get those. Boom. Forward call. And that's close enough to straight. AP1 is engaged. Let's see how everything is doing here. That looks good. Do a little systems check. Everything is 100% symmetrical. Oh no, fuel use 390. Oh, because we started number 2 first. 105.4, 87. Alright, cool, cool. Everything's looking good there. Bleeds. Pressurizing. Hydraulics look good. Fuel looks good. Everything else looks good. Cool. I was not aware of the Aerosucre meme. Apparently these guys have several run. Yeah, there's, yeah, for sure. Been a lot of them. Virtual United Pilot, welcome to Commercial Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board, dude. Appreciate you. Let's see, did I miss some stuff there? I don't know. I got MiGs. Virtual United Pilot, welcome to Commercial Pilot, and Aviation Dude. Good. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of you guys' chats. Alright, we're looking good. 18 thou will set standard. STDs are set once, twice, thrice. And let's come down here. We'll go secondary. We'll copy the active. Rad nav will clear Mexico City out. Let it go back to auto tune. Wonderful. Progress page. We'll put Mike Golf Golf Tango in the box. Wonderful. And nothing to change down there. Good. All right, chat. We're neoing. We're Airbusing, as Flight Deck Sim likes to call it. Oh, hold on. We are Airbusing. Was that takeoff run normal? No. I don't believe that was normal. I believe there was an error, whether it was the performance or the perf takeoff thrust, or I don't know. That seemed very long takeoff roll. I'd have to double check the other numbers, but it seemed pretty tight. Would you ever want to fly long haul? No, we would not. If so, what airplane? A340-600. John, what's up, man? Happy 4th of July. Why are we still in TA only? Why are we still in TA only? TA, alright, there you go. Would you have rejected? No. We were past V1. No, it was a Toga takeoff, Dreamerosity. It was a Toga takeoff. But, like I said, I think something was messed up with the perf setting. Because it had us at 87. And then it jumped to 89 briefly. We got airborne. I don't know, it was almost like it was kind of confused. That was a Toga takeoff. FADIC is bugged. Hopefully next update. John, I would agree with you, man. The colors on any screen are going to be very difficult to recreate, because even, I know PMDG, I think the one that talked about this too, you could copy the exact color code for whatever the PFD or ND is, but then when you put that same exact color in a computer screen and you look at it on your computer screen, it can look different. So I think it's very hard to get the colors correct. This is all believable. The one I don't like the most is the ISIS. I don't know if I've seen an ISIS this blue. Maybe it's a certain ISIS that they have that's a little extra deep blue there. But yeah, I mean it's fine. It's passable, but they're not my favorite PFD colors. But that's where you got it. It's pretty challenging. These look good. The PFD, or excuse me, the ND and upper and lower ECAMs look good. These all look very good right here. How about a takeoff that close in real life? Yeah, not in the Airbus though. Nabil Hamdoui, what's going on, my man? Yeah, they got a little more black in the displays. Yeah. Fenix mentioned it's pretty very difficult to match the colors on the displays. Yes, it is. It really is. Because you can get something, you can get the numerical color values or whatever they call that, but then to see it on your own monitor, I think there's a lot of additional factors going to play there. Turk says at night they're pretty good. Yeah, we did that sunset approach into Miami. It looked awesome for sure. Yeah, that's what I said. Everyone will have different monitor settings too. That's also true. The flap track fairings look pretty good. You know? I don't know if it's the lighting, but the texturing on the wing looks better. Or am I seeing things? Wing textures look pretty good. Maybe it's just the lighting. Despite the lack of passenger transportation authorization, there was reports of passengers being transported without seats. What? To be overweight but more than 4 tons. Yeah, Luca, I've heard of it. Mini FCU positive rate? Yes, that is the Mini FCU that you're looking at over there on the vertical stream, but it is inoperative on the FSlabs for right now. For right now, it is inop. Company message. What do we got here? Alright, let's go Madu. Atsu, AOC, received, massage. What? It's actually giving us Sigmets? That's pretty cool. Where'd it get that data from? Sigma 3 valid, Mazatlan, Oceana for velocity, obscuration, this lot at 15Z, occasional thunderstorms, flight level 300, and 140 nautical miles. Ah, dang it. Oops, wrong one. Next page. Down. Wait, what? Moving west-northwest at 9 knots. That's actually pretty cool. It gave us a Sigmet message. That was pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. All right, let's make sure we can get to 350. Optimum 34, max 37, cruise 35. Check. All right, we're looking good now. Outside sounds are really just not it. I wonder if they're getting this set up for... I wonder if they're getting this airplane set up for career mode. Because the way that the external sounds fade and all that stuff, I feel like that's an Azobo thing. I'm only seeing 130 likes. I know, me too. What's going on with that? Outer marker. I'm not sure what... I've updated everything, man. I've updated Mini FCU. It says it's connected to the plane, but I still can't get it to work. Elias Brica. What's going on, man? Good afternoon. Did you know United has United 1776 from O'Hare to Philly? Nice. Paging Boris. Yeah. Time to blow an engine? No, we're not going to blow an engine. We want to get all the way to our destination. But we'll go over some additional things. Let's get her up to cruise first. Did they fix the ETP issue? No, I don't believe that's been modeled. Yeah, it's not modeled. It's not modeled yet. ETP is not modeled. But they did fix the fuel and fuel ECAM stuff. I saw that in the changelog. Our fuel is almost perfectly balanced. There's no need to mess with it now. We could, let's see if there's any fixed info changes. So let's take it off of IPTAC. Well, we're going to be going there soon, aren't we? Let's do Duplo. So let's go fix info. Duplo. We'll do 15 radius. Okay. So we have a radius around Duplo. Now if I hit a beam, it should create a PBD right there, which it's not. I didn't see that in the changelog. I was just testing it. So yeah, if you hit that right there, it would put a PBD right there. Let's see, can you do PBD on this? So let's say ATC gives us a report, Duplo, DUPLO, DUPLO at 25, PBD01, insert. Oh, I should have done minus 25. I did positive 25, so it's going to be on the other side of Duplo. There it is. I see it. So you see PBD01 over there? That's because I did a positive. Let's clean that out. And then we'll go back, and then let's do Duplo. What was my fix info range? What'd I make it? I made it 15. So let's do it this way. So we're going to go Duplo at 15, PBD02. So now we should have a waypoint right on. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I suck. I did it again. Oh my word. DUPLO/-15. Good night. Get it right. There we go. And there you go. See PBD03 right there on that 15 mark right there. Perfect. So it's the fix info doesn't quite function correctly, but you can draw rings. I think that's pretty much the only feature we have right now, right? Yeah. Can you shoot a radial off Duplo? 000. Yep. So there's that 360 or 000 radial off Duplo. So that works. The only thing that's missing from that then is the PBD insert. Can I insert an EO SID do manually? You should be able to. You just have to plan it out. You'd have to plan it out. Or you have to write it out. Or you have to just program it. Yeah, there's no reason you wouldn't be able to. Biggest tips for Boeing guys going to Airbus? Trust the process. Trust the process. I'm sure it's been said before, but after seeing V1X with the cowboy hat, I can't imagine him without it on. I know, I was just saying we should do, maybe I should start streaming with the cowboy hat on. All right, 33.5 for 350. I do feel like my draw distance is way down or something on my settings. Can I check real quick? Sound too, hold on, let's bump you up to like 250. I don't have my auto ortho on, so. Well, it looks a little better. Alright, 1,000 to level off. Alpha 7 Zulu sticker is gone? It shouldn't be. No, it's not. It's right there. Alpha 7 Zulu is right there. Don't scare me, man. Ortho in Mexico is not great. Yeah, you know what? I think you are right, because it doesn't look very good. Let me change the route for you guys. It's going to be Triple MX MGGT. There we go. If you want to finally join the group and watch American Made, nice. Gabriel Rodriguez, nice, dude. It's a great movie, isn't it? Beach, I sure did, man. I sure did. What's the consensus on the FSlabs? It still needs some updates, man. It's in my opinion, depending on how big the updates are, it's still, you know, give it 3 more updates, get 3 solid updates, kind of bring it up to Fenix level. I still struggle to find what the airplane does better than the Fenix in terms of systems. I just think that's a rumor. They both do everything very well, but there are things that I can do in the Fenix that I haven't been able to replicate in the labs yet. But I mean, they just pushed out a changelog, so they are working on it. Fenix has also been out a while too. I just popped in. How do you compare this bird to the Fenix? Well, I hope that answered your question, Max Speed Eagle. Yes, it can do RTA T-Whale. If we already messed with that. But what I am going to do now is let's change our cost index because we're going to go for 0. Let's go 99, friends. 99. Now we're cooking. The only thing it does better is the jump ahead feature. Is that like where it skips to the next waypoint or something? All right, seatbelt signs are off. You're now free to move about the cabin. What can we break up here at cruise? Let me look through my real world. What the heck is going on here? Let me go through my real world QRH. See if I can find something that's simple, but we'll test some more system stuff. If you do the smoke detected, Norman might call you through the intercom. Really? Turk, for real? All right, let's try that. Let's try a lav smoke. That's a common one. So is that going to be under fire or lav a smoke? Someone, Turk Karen is vaping. How do you arm it? Time. Is this in minutes or seconds? Let's just activate it now. Oh geez, jump scare. Smoke, lavatory smoke. Captain, come on. And so we come up here. They haven't called us. I'm calling them. What's going on back there, y'all? Hey. So obviously we would communicate, but I guess Norman's not calling me back. That would be cool if that worked. But no communication. Norman's dead. All right, Emer calls off. Nothing really. We'll fix. Can I clear you? Yeah. All right, clear. They spoke to him. If you do a tail strike, the flight attendant calls you and says, I heard a loud bang. Yeah, I don't believe you anymore, Turk. Credibility lost. We will do another one here. Can we do a fire protection or a loop failure for the engines? Pneumatic lights, fuel. Let's see it. Cargo smoke, SIDS 2, lav smokes. It's not fire protection. Air conditioning, modified electrical power, fire protection, fuel. We're gonna do, oh yeah, we're gonna do the fume event for sure. We use Jetpan, man. We use jet. Engine indicating, or it's under engines, one of the two. It's probably under engines. Yeah. Oil filter clog, have that. Maybe you can't fail the fire loops. Did you change your sensitivities for the MFG crossing pedals, whether it's for braking or just the yaw? Just got mine. I'm trying to get a realistic feel for the Fenix. For the Fenix, Philippe, it's been so long since I've looked. I think it's pretty much linear, man. I'd have to check. I think it's this. I think it's just linear. I don't want to fail an engine. All right, let's go. Let's get rid of you. Plenty of ice and rain. So we're just following along. Pack 2 fault. Oh, do you have to... Oh, that's kind of annoying. Is this in minutes or seconds? Let's see if we get a pack 2 fault. Ultimate do, what are you talking about? The CRJ V2? Oh, no, yeah, maybe we'll look at it. There's a lot of options to choose from, Migs, yeah. I just don't know if that failure's in seconds or minutes. We'll see. If it's not in 60 seconds, I guess we'll just leave it armed. It's in hours? Oh, jeez. Frontier uses Lido and GoJet? Really, T-Well? Well, there's 60 seconds. That must be minutes. That must be in minutes. Oh, no, it's not. There it goes. Oh, you're flying along Air Pack 2 fault. Pack 2 off. Pack 2 off. And now we should have a status message. So yeah, this should show status STS here because we have an active failure in up systems. That should say STS right there. Pack 2 fault. Let me pull that up. I don't think there's anything associated with that. We're at 34,000. Pack 2. Let's see, air, pack 1 or 2 fault. Pack affected, off. FASCS failed 1, nope. FAS into cabin at fixed temp. I think we should have more status, right? No? If pack 2 is faulted... Oh no, that's if ASCS 1 has failed. Okay, no, I think we're good. Air pack 2 off. Yeah, it's off. Why are you coming back up? Clear status. Pack 2 is failed. Pack 2 is off. Alright. Pack 2's off. Now, we should... Let me go here to bleed. So we've got a fault. So now, I'm going to test something. If we go engine 2 bleed off, we should get a high flow on number 1. Right? If I force it, then it moves to high. I'd have to double check. It could be a difference between leaps and ours. If we go single bleed source, it's going to default to high flow. Let's get engine 2 bleed back on.
Angle. Bank angle.
Fun fact. Did you know that the fire loop has a special type of salt inside that melts when heated up, which in turn completes the circuit that triggers the fire warning system?
Really? I did not know it was a salt that melted. That's very cool. Really appreciate that, Virtual United Pod. Thanks for the $5 bank angle check, man. So when it heats up, it completes the circuit. Very cool. Very cool, Virtual United Pilot. Thanks for the info, man. Does FSlabs come with a QRH? It does. It does under Documents. Checklists, QRH. Right here. Electrical configuration, landing gear, wait, flaps, jam, system reset table, general. Air pack 2 off. It's off, dude. Clear status. So when it pops up again, we'll have to EMR cancel it. I don't know why it keeps popping up. That should stay off. We'll go pack flow norm, even though we'll go pack flow norm too. Let's go back to low. All right. Let me look at some of the change log here real quick, and then I'm gonna mess around with some more stuff. So the change log, we have AOC services, which I don't really care about right now, just a couple of them. System improvements. Neo-Fatic logic temp fixed for flex temp. That's what we forgot to test. We should have tested that on the ground. Neo engine model thrust curves refined. So they adjusted the thrust curves. Smart exit alpha floor implemented. That's cool. I didn't even think to check it on our test flight. But yeah, smart exit alpha floor. Soft go around inhibited with single engine. Very cool. ASU logic fixes. That'll be the air start unit. Neo pitch limit now showing on landing, so we should get a pitch limit on landing. The POI will drop down. What else we got here? Flight warning computer. Left, right, fuel pump, ECAM logic corrected for Neo / Sharklets. So that's kind of what we discovered when we were messing around with the fuel. They're pretty much 100% balanced, but let's just test that real quick. Let's go right tank pumps off. Should get a gravity feed. Ding. There we go. Fuel, right tank pump, 1-2, low pressure, cross feed, all that stuff, but we're just messing with it. Those come back on. Beautiful. Engine 2 shutdown, ECAM logic fixed. Fix for TCAS related CTDs. Fix for single ACT tank, VC panel. Fixed dimmer light knob affecting vertical speed knob unintentionally. Oh, wow. Power requirements adjusted for emergency configurations. Neo Drames, VATSIM transponder option, and McDo option. So I don't have to worry about VATSIM options right now. But yeah, so they fixed that Drames there. My fuel temps are bugged, you say? Where's my fuel temps at? 20C, 18C. Seems fine to me. It seemed a little warm, but seem fine to me. I don't know. They do seem warm. Normally you have to worry about them getting too cold. It's but it is +10. We're ISO +10 up here. Jeez. ISO +10. They don't change throughout the flight. Fuel temps don't change all that much. I mean, they should get colder, but normally when it's super cold, you got to worry about fuel getting too cold and descending to a lower altitude. Let's go back to our failures page. Let's mess around with some more stuff here. Stuck outflow valve. I'm done with air conditioning. Aha, let's fail a generator. Generator 1 fault. We'll arm you. Oh, it defaults every time. Let's do 60 seconds again. I can't. Can I not move the keyboard? That's kind of interesting. 60 seconds confirmed. Alright, this will be kind of a fun one to mess around with. We're sitting here fat, dumb, and happy, and then we'll see what happens here. Just chilling on the jump seat, my FSlabs. Compare 24 FSlabs, P3D FSlabs. Very, very similar, Swarm. SAS is upgrading their fleet with 45 new Embraer 195s. Ooh, that's very cool. I would love to see. I would love to see an E190 E2, man. Oh, you're sitting here, you hear that click, you're like, what was that? definitely should have a fault light. We should definitely have elect Gen 1 fault. We do not have a fault light, but we have a status page. Yeah. Yeah, we're missing some stuff here. So generator 1 fault. I'll pull out my procedure QRH. Generator affected, off then on. So generator off. Generator 1 back on. Nothing. If unsuccessful, leave it off. Generator 1 off. If available, the APU may be started and the APU generator used. Okay, so now we get an electric Gen 1 off. That's associated. We have an assisted generator start. We're 35,000 feet. I'm starting the APU. I gotta be careful here. We do have generator 2 online. That's good. You can see it's picked up load 55, 56%. Let's start the APU. Clear electric Gen 1, clear electric. Clear status. Go back to our APU page here. Yeah, no WCAM, no fault, no problem. Yeah, not quite. It's I think they're still working on some of their logic stuff because it's not you would definitely get a fault there. Electric gen fault. We'll get the APU up, we'll make sure it picks up the load. Now we did lose McDo 2 over here. So that's correct. Don't mess this up. I don't want to. No diversion. No, we're not diverting. What's up, wrong side? How you doing, bud? I'm going to do a full smoke procedure here in a minute. Well, the problem with that is it requires emergency descent. But we'll do it on the approach. And then we'll reconfigure. Well, then we can't shoot our RNP. Dang it. Yeah, maybe I won't do that. All right, generators avail. Let's bring up the electrical page. Okay, so we have proper indications here now. So we've got APU generators picked up the load. Gen 2 is working on DC bus to AC bus 2 there. That's good. Everything looks good. Generator loads are split. We could dispatch with an in-op generator. So we're back. We're cooking now. Alright, so that looks good. Our fuel burn will go up a little bit. It's getting hot in here. Let's go ahead and getting a little sweaty. Getting a little bit sweaty. What else can we mess with? I'm trying to just kind of mess with things that aren't going to cause a diversion. Oh, let's do, since we've already got a Gen 1 fault, let's pretend it was an IDG issue. So IDG 1 oil overheat. We're just going to activate that right away. Confirm. So we're sitting here. We should get a ding. Wrong button. I did activate it, right? Confirm. No? I want to disconnect an IDG. Alexander Bellini, thank you so good. 41 months support. No God, no FSlabs V1 dead to me. Just kidding. Alexander Bellini, look, we're just, hey, there was an update. We're testing some stuff. All right, we're testing some stuff, my friend. Thank you for the 41 months of support. I really appreciate you. We'll do 30 seconds here on this one. We're just testing. All right, we're primed up. We should get a fault here in 30 seconds. We got to get. I want to disconnect an IDG. The IDG is heating up. Patience. Oh, does it have to actually build temp? Is that what it? Is that what it, how it works? Oh yeah, you're right. See, it's down to 102. That's what it is. It takes a minute for it to heat up. I guess that's what they're doing. All right, so in 30 seconds, we'll just let it run then. We'll wait till we get an ECAM because it's got to heat up. It was at 120 something, and then I reset the fault, and now it's back down to 102. So, all right, we'll just pretend that we're just messing around. We're flying along. Very cool. We'll deal with that when it shows up. Hydraulicals. We got to keep an eye on how far we are. We're 342. We got some more time to break some stuff. All right. Let's lose reservoir leak yellow. Activate now. Confirm. So we're going to have a couple things that should go on here. So we're going to just sit here. Oh, we're flying along. We get this. Oh, we got a couple things going on. All right. Clear the caution. Hydraulic yellow reservoir low level. Yellow system low pressure. Clear the caution. Hydraulic yellow reservoir low level. PTU off. Yellow engine 2 pump off. All right. PTU off. Yellow engine 2 pump off. All right. Yellow system low pressure. Flight controls. All right. Clear hydraulic. Clear hydraulic. Status. Let's see. Let's consider OEBs and other things we can look at. I'm going to pull out my QRH, and then we're going to continue here with our procedure. So we had yellow, hydraulic. You know what's crazy? So I don't even think that's in the, no it's not. It's just green and blue low pressure. So we have to look up the regular manual. It's not in the emergency manual. So that is yellow, hyd, low pressure. So hydraulic, yellow reservoir low level. What was it? What do we call it? Yep, yellow reservoir low level. All right. So hydraulic yellow reservoir low level alert is inhibited for the first 15 seconds of flight phase 5. Not applicable. No more talking about that. PTU off. Yellow engine 2 pump off. Yellow electric pump off. Brake yellow accumulator pressure monitor. Well, now we got something else going on. Electric IDG-1 oil overheat. We got a lot of stuff. So at this point, we probably start considering diverting, but we're not going to. We're going to clear the caution. That's why you always want to clear that caution, because if you start having things bundle up on you, you got to know that there's a new one. So electric IDG oil overheat. Confirm IDG-1 confirmed. Push. Got to hold it for like 3 seconds. I don't know why I can't disconnect it. All right, let me clear hydraulic. Clear electric. Clear air. Back to our status or flight controls. Spoilers 2 and 4 out. Status page, landing distance procedure, apply, flap slow, Cat 3 single, in-op, yellow hydraulic, spoilers 2, 4, Cat 3 dual, nose wheel steering, pack 2, cargo door, yellow engine 2 pump, yaw dampener 2. Clear status. Alright, we gotta get back to this electric page. Why are we not getting... Oh, it says disconnect. I thought it would say something there. Does it not? Let's go test light. I guess it doesn't. I guess there is no associated off there. Let me check my book. It says disconnected on the status page. Let me go over, let's stick with the hydraulic here for a minute since we're on hydraulic. So it says brake yellow pressure monitor. This check is recommended to cover the case of a pipe rupture which could lead to the simultaneous loss of hydraulic system and accumulator fluid. If this occurs, the loss of accumulator should only be observed indicated within 10 minutes. If that's the case, only remaining braking is normal braking using green pressure. The park brake should not be used since it is not available, and the chock should be in place before engine will shut down. Alright, fuel consumption, FMS prediction unreliable, landing distance procedure apply, all that good stuff. Yeah, landing Guatemala City with no good stuff. What are in-op systems? We don't have reverser 2 on there. So my book says reverser 2. This aircraft does not say reverser 2. That could be a configuration of this particular aircraft. Alright, let me go back to the IDG now. We've had a IDG out, so let's go ahead and deal with that. up IDG. Getting good practice with the book today. Electric IDG 1. Was it low level? I forget what our fault was. Oh, overheat. Alright, IDG affected off. If the associated engine is running, the IDG must be disconnected from the engine at or above idle to prevent damage to the disconnect mechanism, which we were. IDG disconnect is inhibited when the engine is stopped or below idle. Press the IDG push button until the gen fault light comes on. However, do not press more than 3 seconds to avoid damage to the disconnect solenoid. IDG fault light goes off when the IDG is disconnected. Now, we had a generator already off, so that might have messed with it. That might have messed with it there. So if generator 1 was operative, when we press that, we should get a fault light. IDG fault light goes off on IDG. When IDG disconnected before takeoff, that does not apply. Status, note if APU available may be started and used. It is. Only if APU gen is not online. In this case, the galleys, all galleys are shed. Cat 3 single only. Okay. So we're fine. We're still fine. We can still keep flying. There's really nothing inhibiting us from continuing. Now, I would have some reservations about landing in Guatemala with no brakes on yellow. So let's test something really quick. Turn the autopilot off. Bring up our flight control page. Autopilot disconnected. I'm gonna roll right. Yeah, see our spoilers. I'll just make sure our spoilers aren't deploying. 2 and 4. Yep. Alright, cool. Just woke up the cabin a little bit. Alright, let's re-engage AP1. And let's go direct to Gabon. Now seat 1A here is autopilot off. What failure did happen? We've had a couple. We've lost IDG1, Gen 1. We've lost our yellow hydraulic and Pack 2. But we're still plenty of redundancies. We're good to go. Can we apply a landing distance procedure on the landing data here? So landing, let's see, WinCom full, NIS off, no reversers, MGGT, runway 02, RCAM is dry. Is there a way to apply an MEL? Seat 1A is about to give you galley bourbon low level. Flight sim school. No, absolutely not. I just wanted to see if the spoilers were going to deploy or not. Nah, you wouldn't do that in real life. But if this was real life, I would probably consider a diversion. What I can do is a center type. No, that's the type of approach. This is the keyboard. I'm actually surprised that I would not be able to add an MEL for the landing distance procedure. Yeah, it needs the FlySmart Plus app, which I can do it on my iPad. I can do the MEL on my iPad. The Fenix allows you to add MELs too, though. So the Fenix will allow you to add a plethora of APLs, especially brake MELs, because I've done that. Seat 1A is begging for an 11A trade right now. Okay, so get this. Speaking of, when I flew to FSXO on Spirit, I was on a 321. There was no row 11. Why was there no 11A? Are they moving? Are they removing row 11 just because everyone's going to be trying to get row 11 now? It went from 10 to 12 on the roads. Like, you know how there's no 13th floor in hotels? I was like, what is going on? Why is there no row 11? Because I thought about it. I was like, man, I should be on 11A. All right. Let's start looking at this approach. And then we'll do our other fume removal. So we are going to be on the RMP X-ray. That's Mexico's MGGT taxi. What's the landing runway? It's only 9,000. Chat, I think we should we put our yellow hydraulic back? Or should we YOLO and land with no yellow hydraulic? Let me fly smart this real quick. Let me use my real world landing perf for Guatemala City here with the MEL. Make sure we can do it. So I'm going to do FS landing. Hold on, I'm going to plug this in. Raleigh Durham. Oh, speaking of Raleigh Durham, did you guys see that 737 flap? That was pretty funny. Guatemala 02. We need to get the weather for Guatemala. Is there an easy way to pick it up from here, from ACARS? Weather. In-flight, AOC, outbox. I don't want that. New text message. No, I don't want that. I didn't know if there was a way to pull weather from the EFB. I guess there's not. We'll do it this way. No information in Guatemala ATIS. Let's just go 0 winds outside it. Somebody got a METAR? Who's got a METAR for Guatemala? If you MGGT, give me a METAR and then I will, I'm calculating this. Flight Force, thank you for the $5 super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Says, just lowered my side stick a bit lower from my original position. I guess the side stick is lower compared to the throttle handles. I don't know. Yeah, real world, they're about the same. But yeah, it does sit pretty low. I think everybody has a common trend where everyone likes to sit their side stick way too high for simming. But yeah, it's just lower is better, man. Thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Hope you're enjoying that side stick or that Rust Quadrant. I miss it. METAR, oh, thank you there, Harris. 999 scatter 25 on the 10th. Ooh. QNH is 1023. Runway is dry, anti-ice off, landing weight, so I gotta calculate this to kg here. So we're gonna land with 3,000. We're at 3.9. We're at 75.2. Let's just say we're gonna land at 74 kg. So I need to convert 74 kg to pounds because that's how my iPad works. 74. Pounds is 163. 163,142 pounds. The landing CG, and we pull that in our fuel predict. Sometimes they have it in the NEOs. 23.9. That checks. We'll put in the custom value 23.9. We're going to be config full, air conditioning on, approach type normal, go around gradient minimum, no V-pilot add, manual auto thrust, brake mode will be medium. Oh, auto brake. Are auto brakes in up? No. Okay. Auto brakes will be medium. Reverser is no. MEL, I need to add an MEL. Or no, I need to add an ECAM. So I need to add ECAM. And what is our ECAM? We have hydraulic, yellow. So hydraulic, yellow system, low pressure. Yellow electric pump, low pressure. Select all that apply. So yellow system, low pressure is what we got. And that is selected. Not supplied by the rat. Alright, so we've got that added, and then flight control. No flaps, no slats, no stab jam. Alright, those are good. Alright, we're computing. So what I'm computing now is real world landing data for this approach. Alright, it says we can do it. Factored landing distance 6,400, margin of 3,300 feet with medium auto brakes. So with medium auto brakes, it shouldn't be an issue. We'll select medium brakes. Let me select low brakes. What if I run this, if I edit, if I modify with low braking? Ooh, that gives us a 520 foot margin with low brakes. Alright, we'll stick with low brakes because we'll probably go to manual here. Fail green, no flat problem, no. Alright, so we can do it. We're set. Now we're going to get the rest of the approach loaded in here. AC, thank you for the $5 super chat. My man, I appreciate you, sir. Says, do you want to appreciate all your streams? Damn near ready to cancel my cable TV. You're about all I watch these days till football season starts. Hey, man, I appreciate that, AC. Thank you for the however many months support you got there. And I see you got the full-on badge going, so I really appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, and hope you enjoy this approach going into Guatemala City, man. Very, very kind. Thank you. Alright, so my book says we can do it. Now let's look up our approaches and get the final approach stuff set up here. So approach is going to be R&P X-ray 02. And we're going to take it all the way out from GT 599. And I'll tell you what, let's go direct now because we're requesting priority. Yeah, the outside sounds are just gone. I bet you it's because they're going to use this airplane in career mode. What do you want to bet? I'd be shocked if you could use this in career mode, but that would actually be pretty cool if you could. The way the sounds fade out is like how the default Adobo airplanes do it. So I'm pretty sure... I don't know, maybe it won't be, but... I mean, that would be kind of cool to have a 321 if you want to do career mode. Yeah, that fade out is bad, Flight Force. Is there a volume limit for career mode? Diabetic Lad, there's a volume limit for Azobo and Microsoft. So I think in order for it to be eligible, it has to be have a certain level. Alright, so let's step through this flight plan here. We're going to zoom it in. We're going to go direct to GT 599. All the way in 520, 11.4. Now, we have to keep in mind our deployment of flaps will be slow, so we'll have to configure early. Alright, coming down here to 508 is 8,400, 170 knots. Our perf approach, let's throw this data in here, 1023, temperature 25, winds are calm. 139 VAP minimums for us. We'll do CASI 5220. 5220 in the barrel. Now, can I go to RadNav? I thought I could do... I don't have FLS on this airplane. I was going to have to disable here, but I don't see it, so... Maybe there's no FLS? We're going to do final RNAV 02 X-ray 5220. That looks set. Turk says it's not modeled? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Look, I'm not trying to find things and be like, oh, it's not modeled. But like I said, I've heard numerous times that the systems on the FSlabs are just superior to anything else in existence. But I'm going to go ahead and have to object to that statement. They're good. I mean, we have a very highly advanced 321 Neo here, but I know you guys are just going to say I'm biased if I say that I think the Fenix simulates more, but I think at this point it's pretty factual. Not all Neos have FLS. True. Not all of ours do either. I thought, but I thought it was. I thought that this was capable. Is there an option, perhaps, the Lightning? Is it? Is there an option, maybe? Not that I want to use FLS, but I'm just curious. I'm just straight up curious. Perhaps not in here. Is it in the McDo menu? Biased. None of your Neos have FLS? Yeah, a lot of ours do. We have some with FLS. We have some with excuse me. You can have FLS. If you have FLS, you have SLS. We have some that are SLS only, but we also have some that are FLS. Probably, I don't know. We have a significant amount of them. Options. Maintenance units. I've never really messed around in here, to be honest with you. Various. Classic, new, DCDUs, brake fans. Persistent fuel, true. I do like persistent fuel. That's pretty sweet, man. Not even the Fenix has persistent fuel. Satellite dome, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here's that Drames mode, real or VATSIM for your mode C. We saw that in the change log. Sounds, controls, keyboard, displays. Oh, this is just targeting performance stuff. Seth says they didn't simulate FLS. Oh, okay. Oh, it's not. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just simulated and you'd have to option it. FLS is the Fugazi landing system. Yes, it is. I mean, it's pretty sad, man. We got to make every single approach look like an ILS now. I mean, I miss the old brick and the stick days. Vertical speed 500, FPA 3 degrees down. We can't even do low. So now that we have, there's very few aircraft that you would actually use an FPA loc approach now. We just overlay everything with FLS or SLS on the locs. But what's interesting is you got to be careful when you do local-only approach, and I only know this freshly because I just did this in San Diego. If you're in an FLS-equipped aircraft, per our SOP, the SOPs in San Diego, or the minimums in San Diego, require us to deactivate the FLS and shoot it as SLS only because it's an MDA only type of minimum, LNAV only in San Diego. And that actually almost hosed us because it was at minimums. I thought, oh, we got FLS, we'll be able to get down. But no, I was looking at the SOPs and how we select different things. And I actually can show you guys. So as we get close to our TOD here, I don't want to miss it. So it's actually a huge help for our typical fleet. Well, for our fleet, it's very typical to have mix match stuff. So every time we get in the airplane, we put in our tail number. And when you put in the tail number, we go to References, Ops, Aircraft Configuration Summary. So the aircraft config summary, if I can show you all this here. Can you see it on this camera? Probably not. But over on this camera, you see all the different options, and I can scroll that, but I can read it to you, just well, not all of it, but briefly. So like we have ADSB out, and you have to check, it tells you if it's installed, yes or no. Basically everything in green is installed, everything that's not in green is not installed, but yeah, all the way from TOS2, SLS, RAS, FLS, MLS, glide slope engagement before LOC, FANS A, FLS, final lap coexistence, descent profile optimization, derated takeoff, continuous descent approach, Autopilot, automatic disconnect at minima. I mean, I don't know how many options there are here. I don't know, probably 30 or so options, maybe more. But that's one of the first things I do is when you plug in the tail number, we look at the configuration summary, see what we got, what equipment we got. All right, so we are approaching 40 miles from our top of descent. And on the approach, 599, we'll actually descend to about 200 here in a minute. We'll set to, actually we'll just set 18, screw it. We'll set 18 thou. 18 is set, no LS push buttons required. Barrows 5220 is set. Terrain up on ND, gonna need that. We got our APU running. Couple of things notable here. So the 2,000 foot stable. Brake fans, yes, that's also going to be on the, actually, is brake fans on the list or not? Thrustetek? I think it might only be software stuff. Let me check. I'm curious now. No, brake fans is not on the list on the configuration summary. Because I think you'll know right away when you look here on the brake fan if you have the button or not. That's for, I'm pretty sure this is all like software type stuff. Like metric altitude indications on PFD. RNPAR below 0.3. What else is in there? I just said GLS. We don't have GLS. I don't think I've seen a GLS equipped aircraft. I don't think we have that ever. But yeah, brake fan's not on there. It's mostly software stuff. But what I was going to say here, so because we're descending in, we're going to have to be cognizant of our slow flap deployment. We're going to configure a little bit earlier on the approach. Touchdown zone elevation is 48, let's see, what do we have? 4878. So let's just call it 4,900 feet. So 4,969 hundo would be 2,000 above, but we're going to probably start configuring well before that. We do have a max speed of 170 at 506, so we'll probably start our configuration somewhere in here before GT 508 as we start this approach in. Minimum descent altitude, we already put that in there, right? 8,400 mandatory at 506. Mandatory right here, and then we're going down to 5220 in the arc. I have been told that we are RNP 0.3 capable, RNPAR, and this one requires RNP 0.1 or 0.3. If we were doing 0.3, we could up the mins 5270, but it's SimWorld, so who cares? Is this RNP 0.1 capable? I believe it is, right? Dusk approach, mid. Do y'all have any EIS-1 planes? Jumps in on one of those screws are rough, could barely see the weather radar. Man, yeah, EIS-1 sucks, dude. I don't like EIS-1 stuff. Delta Tango, my man, good to see you, dude. 27 months as a member here on the channel. Delta Tango, really enjoyed dinner with everyone at Expo. Me too, man. That was so much fun. I really appreciate meeting all y'all and appreciate the group getting together, going to do a little dinner situation. John, it was a pleasure meeting you at Expo. Pleasure meeting you as well, man. I had so much fun. I can't wait for the next one, man. I really can't wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be much more prepared. Why don't you like EIS-1 stuff? I can't see it, man. EIS-2 is so much better, just all around. EIS-2 is just better. Would have joined you guys, but got to hang out with the Cali crew. I know, Zippy, you ditched us, man. What's up with that? Why'd you ditch us, Zippy? You don't love me anymore. All right, we're taking our stricken Interjet. I won't be able to do the emergency electrical configuration smoke removal checklist because that would totally screw up this RMP approach. We met the Jurassic Jets team, though. They are flying VOR only world flight. Wow. Have an ex-Japan 7-4 flight deck. Yeah, Zippy, we were talking about that at the hotel bar, remember? Or were you 3 sheets from the wind by that point? Sahal, what's going on, man? Studying for upcoming recurrent on the 15th, but had to come say hi. Well, hello. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello, my man. 10 miles out, 18 is blue. Are y'all ready? 12 knot tailwind, about to start down. Captain McGee says, I'm socially awkward, but I'll probably go to FS Expo since it's only an hour away. Nice, man. Yeah, come on out, dude. Come on out. MSP. It's going to be fun. Do you think there'll be an EIS-3, and if so, what will it be? I don't know. I think the EIS-3 is called the A350. 5 out. Here we go. Thrust idle, descent. Down we go. Perf descent. 79340. We're not doing that. Let's do 310 knots. Oh my gosh. Doesn't allow us to modify it because it's like old AF software. Alright. A Honeywell. Well, FMS2 would allow you to modify that. This is not an FMS2 bird. That's one thing that's really nice about FMS2 is you can modify your descent speeds here. We can trick it though. Let's trick it. Let's see if it works. I'm going to set 34. Watch this. 340. She'll go into Alt Star. I'm going to recruise it. 340. Right here. What? Alt Star. You're not going to let me recruise it? It's not going to let me recruise it? Are you serious? It should let me recruise it there. If you could recruise it, then you could set it up. You could set up the descent diamond. Will it let me change that? Probably. There we go. Moved it a little bit. Alright. That's mid. Alright. Down we go. Let's set 18. I'm going to pull for open. Kind of catch up to it here. So you should be able to recruise it. Basically, in the old FMS1, which this is what this is, once you're in descent mode, you could do, there's two ways to do it. Recruising it, so I would, like I did, put 340 here. This would go to Alt Cruise. It would unlock the descent page, and I'd be able to modify the descent speeds. The other option is to come in here, and you'd be able to toggle flaps 3 and flaps full. And that would unlock you. But, does not appear to be applicable in this one. Alright, so look, so we got to actually be on our A game here though, because we've got one roll spoiler with our hydraulics. We're already high on profile. Down we go. I'm going to stay in open descent here until I catch up to it, and then we'll remanage the descent. Chaos says it works on the fly-by-wire. Chaos, what's going on, man? Been a minute. Had a good time with Chaos at the old expo. And descent is armed. Descent. Thrust idle. Descent captured. Stow the brakes. Did it fix the fuel predict? I didn't think to test it, Kiwi. KW. I didn't think to test it. Let's see if we required a 4 for a final negative. Let's see if this turns amber. Yeah, it's not going to turn amber. It should. So we got a little bit extra. There's our LDev. Colby, so in the FS labs, I believe, ask Turk, I think it's tied to the livery. So if the livery, the verified livery, has the Drames panel, you'll get the Drames RMP. I don't know if you could toggle it in the options. If it's in the options, it'd probably be in here somewhere. Displays? No, I'm not sure. But the way I have it is it's tied to the livery for me. I'm sure there's a way to toggle drames and no drames. You can also select it in the main menu. In the main menu, there's two FS labs. There's like the FS labs without drames, and there's an FS lab livery with the drames. You can change it in the livery config in the community folder, says Turk. Joe Plains, Mr. Chicago. What's going on, buddy? I'm late. Was this an en route failure? We were messing with the en route stuff for sure, man. Yes, we were. We're going to be hauling tail down here, so we are resetting all of this. Speed brakes out. We're setting ourselves up for failure here, coming out this fast. We need to get it under control here. Is it a pan? No. I'll tell you what, real world, if I would have got all of these faults, I would have already diverted. As a precautionary, because it kind of like something's going on, right? Generator 1 got hot, cooked offline, then the IDG got hot, that we disconnected that. We've lost yellow hydraulic and pack 2. So I probably wouldn't be landing Guatemala City. I probably wouldn't be landing Guatemala City, I'll tell you that much. Now, technically, we do not have a land ASAP there, so if your SOP allowed for it, then there's nothing preventing you from continuing on. I even ran the landing data. Landing data says we'd be just fine with our faults, so there's really nothing forcing you to divert, but just as of a caution, I probably would have. Alright, we're trying to catch up to this here. Let's set at or above 15. .570 feet high. We're catching up to it slowly. Alright, let's go ahead and Magic Barrel Ref 1013. 1013 is set once, twice, and thrice. Should be able to arm it, right? No, still too far out. What is this segment? No, 514. Yeah, we got a little ways to go yet. This is the Guatemala City Special. That's right, Migs. Guatemala City Special, my man. Look at this lake down there. Is there some big bass down there? I know. Oh, well, it was Guatemala. Peacock bass, maybe? I think the last time we flew here was in the Fokker. And it was windy AF. Alright, cams are up. Speed brake is still out. Ooh, that's a proper read cam there. That's me. Close you. I'd be happy with trying to work this back slowly even more. Let's keep doing that. There we go. So we're going direct 514 out final app nav. And gosh, I'm going to do something. I'm going to disarm that. Because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get a little bit ahead. So vertical speed. I'm trying, Chad. I'm trying. Yeah, we're just getting too high. Alright, pull for open, thrust throttle open, descent. 11 is blue. That's our 514 fix. $1,100 feet high. Let's see how we do here. Catching up to it, I think. Yep, 1120. Fuel below 3 tons. Now we get a status message, which that should have been up the whole time. Landing distance procedure apply. Cat 3 single flap slow check. Or catching up to it. Well, Peter, the Neos, man, the Neos actually slow way better than the CEOs. The Neo aircraft, man, they really slow much better. Big old N1 fan blades out there. I won't tell if you won't tell. Let's set 10,000 feet here. Catch up this. I don't want it to go to outstar. Yes. All right. Because what I want to do is I want to slow down here. So we're going to get a little bit high. Or excuse me, we're going to get a little bit low. Yeah, we passed that or above 11. That's fine. We're right, almost just above it. Alright, we're 512 inbound. Yeah, we're really working this one here. Let's get the Chinese speed brakes out. We got no ATC online. We'll get all our lights on. Seatbelt signs on, please. VFE next. Ooh, we're right at that VFE next line. Come on now. Alright, VFE next, Mustang, flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1 status, clear status. Alt star, we'll hold this. App nav final is blue, so we should capture it and work it in here. We're keeping our single little eyelashes
the toilets
out.
are no longer in service.
Yeah, chaos hit the toilets are no longer in service. These are, I call these the CRJ eyelash spoilers out there. The CRJ spoilers on the wing right now. Here comes VFE minus 10 flaps 2. You see how the slower deployment of the flaps? S-speed trap there, that's why the thrust is coming up. Alright, we're flaps 2, 180. Matter of fact, I know it's a 170 restriction. Let's keep slowing up early. So it's a 170 at 506. We're well below our VFE. Let's go flaps 3 and we'll hang out at flaps 3 here. Now we're ahead. Alright. We're ahead of the game now, chat. Final is still blue. We're 160 on the speed. Flaps config 3. We're going to just hang out here. And do we need the weather on? Because I see some stuff up ahead here. What's going on? Yeah, let's get the terrain back on NB. Here comes the vertical deviation. Why are we not getting a final lap? Okay. 508 is 8,400 mandatory. I'm not sure why we didn't get a final lap. I thought they would capture that. There. Let's get our... Oh, we can't go speed brake because we're flaps 3. That's good. Alright, well, down we go. We should have plenty of time. Plus 13, OAT, no anti-ice required. Maybe it wants it 508 inbound? We'll see. 8,400 mandatory for the next fix. We're dropping down. It's just under 1,000 feet to level off. Speed out star. Spam call United States. Turk, why are you calling me, man? Stop spam calling me. Alright, out star. Final's still blue. I see the wing moving out there a little bit. Dive and drive RMP, Joe Planes. That's what you got to do, right? In your little trainer.
Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
Seats for landing, please. Plus 16. All right, there we go. Final lap. Missed approach. Set 8,500 white. So I guess on this aircraft, if it's a RNAV approach, it's white. If it's an ILS, it does blue, which I'm not saying is right or wrong. I'm just saying on our aircraft, they're either always white or always blue. Could be a difference in the software configuration. All right, final lap. Don't climb up there now. 170 max. We've already got that. VAP speed is 139. Field elevation is 2,000 above. It'll be 6,900 feet. We're already flap straight. We only have one more flap to go, so we're looking good. We'll keep the gear up for a minute here. We'll probably configure right after 506. Once we hit 506, we'll configure full for the landing. Let me get flight recorder ready because this might be spicy. Guys, remember, if you like this kind of content and you want to keep seeing me test out FSlabs updates, make sure you do hit that like button for me. This may be the last stream here for a couple days as we go into the holiday weekend here in the U.S., so do appreciate you. Stewie, what's up, man? Sorry I didn't see your text over there. You see the new Moza flight products? Yeah, all the AB6. Yeah, man, it looks great, man. I was at Expo. Wessex and West, welcome to Private Pilot as well. If you butter this, I'll dono potent potable. Pressure's on, Migs. Thank you, my man. All right, I'll start the recording at 5:06 as well here, so we'll be good to go all the way in. Yes, Dewey, I'm actually using the Moza AB9 base right now. This is a Moza AB9 base. I have profiles for the Airbus and everything. Yeah, we're going to show the barbecue some love. It got some love yesterday. It's going to get more to all weekend, baby, all weekend. All right, recording is on. Let's manage speed. Gear down. Spoilers on. Flaps full. Tuco! Thanks for the $5 super chat, my man. Says, I want to hit the like to support you, but I don't want to support more FSlabs streams. Tuco's over the FSlabs. My man, thanks for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. All right. Look, I was so close to flying the Duke. Here's the thing. We may do one more stream. We may do a Duke stream after this. We may go from Marble Canyon to somewhere there just east of Telluride, just a little strip there east of Telluride. We'll see. I've got PT6 fever, man. All right, here we go. We're on the RNP now. We're looking good. Let me check, entered McDo. Right now we're 0.3 required. So we're doing a 0.3 required. What the hell? Who's calling me now?
Hi, it's Norman.
Norman.
Yep, that's the cabin secure for landing.
All right, we're well past 1,000, brother. Or sterile. Leave me alone, Norm. Freaking XP's calling me, man. Why is XP calling me? All right. Goodness. We're doing a little bit of oscillation on the approach here, but it's overall not bad. I'm not sure if that has to do with the roll spoilers being out. But right now, she's bang on, though. That's all we care about is we're bang on. So we're final lap. We're taking all the way down to 52.20. Migs, thanks for the $2 super chat. XP's in the house. What's up, XP? XP, I see you got robbed last night on that 777, man. I don't know, dude. You say you got robbed. I don't know. We'll see if I get robbed here. Minding my own business and picked up strays. I hope you have a good 4th, man. Alright. We're turning final. We're looking good. We're right on. She's doing good. She's keeping the LDEV locked in. Airport's in sight, 12 o'clock. I'm going to just let it do its thing here because it's kind of a, not necessarily a test flight or anything, but we'll see how she handles the RNP all the way in. It's pretty good. Alright, landing checklist. Cabin crew advised auto thrust speed. Auto brakes are low. ECAM memo landing all green. Landing checklist is complete. Mustafa, what's up, man? Man, that VAP speed is low. Give me 1 knot. Give me 2 knots. Give me 141, dude. Get me off that tiger tail. Alright, runway's in sight. Just kind of getting a little loose on me. You're too loose, Cougar. You're too loose, Cougar. Autopilot's off. Flight director's off. Bird on. Gotta get this sucker down here. Come down a little bit.
100 above.
Ground speed mini decided to pick up.
Minimum.
Descent rate check. Correcting. Golly, dude, we're so high. Driver down.
Terrain.
Terrain check.
Terrain.
There we go.
400. 300.
Unless that Pappy's way off. That Pappy may be off.
200.
No, I don't think so.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
40. 30. 20. Retard.
Oh, jeez.
10. 5.
Spoilers. We got a single reverse.
Brake. Max braking. Max braking.
Max braking? Alright, we'll stand on it. So we did only get 1 reverse, which is correct, but it wasn't on the status page. That was definitely illegal. I'm not gonna fight that one. I think
Brake.
that was.
Max braking. Set max reverse.
No, you're
Brake.
fine.
Max braking.
You're
Max
fine.
braking.
Now we won't have nose wheel steering. See that? Yeah, no nose wheel steering. So we'll actually come to a stop here. And we'll actually have to get tugged in here. I wonder if I can do a differential. Let me see if I can do a differential braking just to get the nose wheel. See if I can get us off the runway. You'd be pretty hard pressed to do a 90. You can do it. I've done it. But this is also a just trying to try to clear the runway if you could, and then just set the brake and wait for someone to come tug us in here. Nah, it's not going to happen. So let's just go ahead and set the brake here. Brakes are set, verify pressure, that checks. And you can see our spoilers. That's a proper deployment there because of due to our failure. We got 2 and 4 down on both wings. That's good. Good to see that. Replay. We'll stop the recording, and then we would do, we'll have the tug come up, bring us in, shut down, whatever it may be, and run us into the gate. So, what's interesting, there's gremlins, you know. Remember I said that I should see a reverse or 2 here under in-op? I didn't know if that was maybe a configuration thing, but we didn't get a reverser, which, to my understanding, on the airplane for 10 years, we wouldn't get a reverser. So this was correct. The ECAM was just missing the reverser to in-op system. I think there's just some gremlins, man. There's just some gremlins running around within the logic of the system. Do you see here if I try to put number 2 in reverse? No reverser, right? So that's correct. That's interesting. I actually don't know if that would happen. So this is interesting. I'd have to test this in the sim. Basically, I go to reverse on number 2. I wouldn't get a reverse, right? Because we don't have the hydraulics to open the doors. The N1 spooled up because the FADEC is commanding at least the idle reverse there. Idle reverse is greater than idle forward thrust. I actually don't know if that's kind of cool, if that's how it would work. I don't know. I'd have to try that in the sim. I don't see why it wouldn't increase the N1. But unless I would imagine there's a logic that if the reverser doesn't open, that the N1 wouldn't increase. And my reasoning behind that is because when we land with in-op thrust reversers, which I've done real world, there's nothing against deploying both thrust levers. You just won't see it. You'll just get one reverse green. Now that's also an SOP dictated thing, because I know other guys that fly the bus that say, hey, if your TR is an operative, don't pop them. Now the one I won't use an inoperative thrust reverser is, say it's just locked out or something, I know what's happening, I'm not going to use it. But if you were doing an engine failure or something in the heat of battle, you landed and put both in reverse, yeah, I don't know. But overall, I mean, it handled pretty good. Let's take a look at the replay. Got some things here. Chris PT6, my man, thanks for the 10 gifted subs, dude. Very, very kind. I appreciate you. We're dropping the 10 gifted subs to the channel. Hope all is well. Did you just text me, by the way? I thought I saw my phone going off. Oh, you did. Oh, dang, dude. Wow. Was that a bird? Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Chris PT6. Very, very kind, man. Thank you for the support. Got to hang out with Chris PT6, go out and do some lunch and dinner. All right, let's see how we do here. Let's pause and run it forward.
Don't sink.
That approach felt very unstable, I'll tell you that. On me, I don't know, we were just high coming in off the RNAV. Migs, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I was hoping it'd be a butter, but now it's a potent potable floater. Don't know, I never want to type those words together in a sentence again. Potent potable floater. Oh my gosh, man. Thank you, Migs, for the $5 super chat. Very, very kind. I appreciate you. Chris PT6, again, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. If you guys pick a membership up, make sure you shout out Chris PT6. Say thank you. Gray shirt, stay strong, he says. Is it an improvement over the is there an improvement? There's definitely been an improvement, Gray shirt. Yeah, for sure. There's been, we saw the ECAM logic for the fuel pumps is working now. They've tweaked some things here with the flap stuff. I mean, look, no matter what I say, everyone is going to say I'm biased unless I don't say the FSlabs is better than the Fenix if the FSlabs is your favorite. Whatever your airplane is your favorite, that's just how you're going to view these things.
Terrain.
But just trying to be as objective as possible. I just feel like there's gremlins in the ECAM logic here with the systems.
Sync rate.
So, like, we're getting ECAMs when we're not supposed to be getting it. We're not getting ECAMs when we're supposed to be getting ECAMs. We got some gremlins inside the core of the deeper systems here. But even with that said, I mean, we just threw multiple failures at the airplane. It flew everything completely fine. It was locked in. We got the proper spoilers. What are we giving it out of a 10? Well, you're not going to like my answer for that, Migs, because I value sounds so much, and that not everybody does. So if I try to take the sounds out of it, just systems-wise, I give it an 8. A solid 8. Like there's nothing preventing you from flying the airplane. It does everything fine. As the updates come out, I think it's just going to get better and better. I bet you I bet the next update, or maybe even an update, 2 or 3 updates down the line, is going to be much more polished up. This is an early. It's only one update since its release, so. We'll see. Yeah, I kind of floated her out there. So I just kind of, I mean, I know. I'm not going to say, well, we definitely, we're bang on center line, chat. We were right on center line. It seems to me if you had no reverser failure, you wouldn't even try them. Wrong. Wrong. Because there was actually an accident that involved that. It involved, it was in Brazil, where they screwed something up, and then Airbus changed the logic. So now, at least the last time that I've been to training, the last I've been told is that it doesn't matter if your reverser is in-op or not. If you deploy the in-op thrust reverser lever, nothing bad is going to happen to you. That's the way I understand it now in my current training, and that is post an accident, TAM 3054, as Gooey's saying. Yeah, so that's post-accident. What is modeled in the sim right now, I'm not sure. I don't know. But I just tell you what from real-world perspective right now. Let's see here. Let's see, did we were actually illegal. Yeah, we were illegal. Yeah, we flew. Ooh, chat. No, we were. Oh, were we illegal? Were we illegal, chat? Were we? I think we were. Chat. I wasn't very confident. Are we on the ground? Nope. Where's the tail? Oof. Oof. Yeah, that was illegal. That was illegal. That was illegal. I was not expecting that much float at that altitude. I would think, 75, well, let's see, what are we, 5,000 feet almost? 5,000 feet, 25C. You're not really going to float very much. It's probably just going to come down firmer. But, yeah, I can't even use the APU excuse on this one, Diabetic Lad. No excuses. No excuses. But, I mean, hey, it was fun to get back in the FS Labs. I like that they're pushing updates. I think that's awesome. I hope they continue to bring updates and refine the airplane. And I also look forward to them bringing a Pratt & Whitney because, in my opinion, Pratts are even more juice. So I'm going to get sail going. I'll give y'all one long replay to watch here on the RNP back in. Yeah, the RNP left us way high. I don't know if I should have taken over earlier. But either way, we're down. We're safe. We didn't crash. But again, considering our failure scenarios, I wouldn't have landed there anyway. We would have bugged out early on. So that's it. That's a wrap for today. I'm going to see what the wife is up to, see what the kids are doing, and then if everything is kosher, I have a Duke thumbnail ready to go. So, we shall see.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving.
Get out of there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, watch this 321 floater into Guatemala City. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy on V1. See ya.
1,000. 300. 200.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.